Your OpenAPI spec has complex routing rules that simple pattern matching can't handle. But you need precise control over which endpoints become tools, resources, or get excluded entirely. We'll implement a custom route mapper function that lets you apply sophisticated business logic to each endpoint, going beyond what route patterns and tags can do. You'll see how to dynamically override component types based on path segments, HTTP methods, and even OpenAPI metadata, all while keeping the default behavior for everything else.
From FastMCP, import FastMCP. From FastMCP, server, OpenAPI import route map, MCP type, HTTP route. Def custom route mapper route, HTTP route MCP type, MCP type, MCP type none. Advanced route type mapping. Hash convert all admin routes to tools regardless of HTTP method. If admin in route path. Return MCP type, tool. Elif, internal in route tags. Return MCP type, exclude. Hash convert user detail routes to templates even if they're post. Elif route path starts with /users/ and route method == post. Return MCP type, resource template. Hash use defaults for all other routes. Return none. MCP equals FastMCP from OpenAPI. OpenAPI spec equals spec. Client equals client. Route map FN equals custom route mapper.
This demonstrates the interception and transformation pattern for API to MCP conversion. The code shows how to override default routing behavior by injecting custom logic between OpenAPI specification parsing and MCP component generation. What makes this distinctive is its ability to dynamically reclassify API endpoints into different MCP component types based on arbitrary criteria, rather than relying solely on HTTP methods or static rules. The pattern works by inserting a transformation layer that processes each route through user-defined logic after initial mapping, but before final component creation. This creates a separation between the declarative OpenAPI specification and the imperative MCP generation rules, allowing for complex routing decisions that consider path patterns, tags, and other metadata simultaneously. The function acts as a final arbiter, capable of overriding any prior mapping decisions while maintaining a clean, centralized point of control. This approach solves the problem of one-size-fits-all API conversions, where default mappings create inefficient or incompatible MCP interfaces. It's particularly valuable when integrating with existing APIs that weren't designed for AI consumption, allowing you to optimize the MCP surface area by promoting important endpoints, demoting less critical ones, or completely excluding internal routes. The trade-off is increased initial setup complexity, but the result is significantly better AI integration quality and more maintainable long-term mappings. Let's break it down.
From FastMCP, import FastMCP. From FastMCP, server, OpenAPI import route map, MCP type, HTTP route.
Imports the core FastMCP components for AI tool integration. FastMCP is the main class for creating AI callable tools, while route map, MCP type, and HTTP route provide OpenAPI route handling and type mapping capabilities. These form the foundation for custom route processing in the subsequent mapper function.
Def custom route mapper route, HTTP route MCP type, MCP type, MCP type none. Advanced route type mapping. Hash convert all admin routes to tools regardless of HTTP method. If admin in route path. Return MCP type, tool.
This is a route type mapper function that overrides default FastMCP behavior. It forces all admin routes to be treated as tools regardless of their HTTP method, ensuring consistent AI access to to administrative endpoints. The pattern lets you centralize root classification logic instead of scattering it across decorators.
elif internal in root tags. Return MCP type, exclude.
This excludes any root tagged as internal from MCP processing. It's a security pattern that prevents accidental exposure of internal-only endpoints to AI tools or external clients.
Hash convert user detail routes to templates even if they're post. elif route path starts with /users/ and root method == post. Return MCP type, resource template.
This overrides default behavior for user creation routes. Even though post typically maps to resource actions, this forces users' post requests to use resource template type, enabling AI to generate complete user objects from partial input. Critical for bulk user provisioning workflows.
Hash use defaults for all other routes. Return none.
This implements the fallback pattern for route mapping. By returning none, it delegates unmatched routes to FastMCP's default type resolution, ensuring consistent behavior for standard API endpoints. This keeps custom logic focused only on special cases while maintaining the framework's built-in conventions.
MCP equals FastMCP from OpenAPI. OpenAPI spec equals spec.
This initializes FastMCP from an OpenAPI specification, converting your API contract into AI callable tools. The OpenAPI spec parameter defines all available endpoints, their parameters, and response schemas, ensuring the generated tools match your API's capabilities exactly. This is the standard entry point for API-based tool generation in FastMCP. Advanced route mapping in FastMCP. The route map FN callback provides fine-grained control over OpenAPI route conversion, letting you override default mappings with custom logic based on path patterns, tags, or any OpenAPI metadata. Returning none preserves the default mapping, while returning an MCP type overrides it completely, even for previously excluded routes. This pattern enables semantic routing, where the same HTTP method can produce different MCP component types based on context.
The route that refuses all rules becomes the rule for all routes.